Alrighty. Right there. Alright. Hello everyone. Welcome back to what is probably the last playthrough for Last Door series. We're still in season 2. There are only 2 seasons of the entire game. We finished chapter 3 last. And at the end of chapter 3, after all the nonsense we had to go through with Dr. Wakefield, we finally found Devitt. So, let's see how this all culminates. It should prompt me to go to episode 4. There we go. Into the season finale. Previously on The Last Door. After Kaufman's sudden death, Dr. Wakefield travels to the island of Ile Mor to search for the ancient Chrome Medin, a supposed path to the other side. He discovers the island inhabitants hide a terrible secret. They instill primordial terror in ritual subjects for them to cross the door and come back as hideous abominations. That's what it is. Wakefield is himself subjected to this ritual and transported to an endless land of fog, where he finally seems to meet his missing patient, Devitt. So that's what happened. Okay. Interesting. He must be stopped. Guess I'm going the wrong direction. We have not come this far. To see our work ruined now. So why are they targeting Devitt so hard though? That's kind of weird. We left the black waves of that sea behind and walked through the mist. At times, gusts of wind parted the mist, revealing a barren landscape under a dying sun. At first, I could not contain my many questions, but Devitt's only reply was a grave silence. Eventually, I lapsed into an uneasy quiet and resolved to follow my patient. I knew not where. We wandered through the vast desert without any apparent goal. On occasion, vague shapes appeared in the distance, crumbling towers and abandoned cities, lost amongst the rippling dunes. The passage of time lost its meaning. I had traversed that world all my life, all the world's life. Our journey was eternity. Then the man at my side, whom I had followed so long, stopped. He spoke for the first time. We are near the threshold. It is the starting point, Doctor. The first place to look. I'll be waiting on the other side. Remember this. I will not be here forever. Darkness will light your way, but then you will be alone. Beyond the Curtain, episode 4. What could my companion have meant? Nothing that way? Okay. The threshold, I knew of this. Strange memories returned to me of another life before the desert was my everything. And those cryptic words, darkness will light your way. It was not the first time I had heard them. They were from a dream, a terrible dream, when I had begun to follow the trail of my missing patient and taken my first steps to uncover the secret world of the veil. It's a person. Or something. In this place, the ancient shadow was created by human reasoning tremble in sheer terror. Its name is Xylathal, the last curtain. Xylathal. The scorching light of this dead sunset bleeds through my petrified fingers. My eyes burn. I feel them melting like candle wax. Hello. These ruins built by beings long forgotten grant access to the last threshold. You are welcome to enter the ruins, but you will need to find your own key in order to reach the threshold. Alright. The man at the entrance said that these ruins contain the access to the threshold, but I see nothing. David said it is the starting point, the first place to look. Darkness will light the way. What did he mean? It looks like the poster for a theatrical show, but it has neither a title nor a date. I see nothing but ruins. What was it that David said? Darkness will light your way. Well, I guess we should look for some darkness. Darkness will light your way. I see nothing but ruins. Darkness will light your way. So I need to find some darkness. Okay. Good for you, buddy. Look to the sky. It reaches to the earth, but we'll never meet it. We'll never meet it. Can you see the magnificence of this infinite horizon? The cold, unattainable, all-embracing darkness. This is the outer limit of the threshold. Not far from here, the black waves of truth wash upon the veil that covers human eyes, and it falls apart. Okay. There is no death but rebirth. There was no void but awakening. You guys are all crazy. A path winds into the forest, but the trees are too dense for me to go any further. I'm too tired to go on to keep seeking what was promised us, but at least here I'm safe from the terrible hazard appearing through my own shadow. The black is blocked by sharp rocks. I cannot make my way through. Alright. Moving back. Can't go to the forest and can't go to the rocks. So all that we have is to the left. To the left. Freaking birds again. There's something inside the bird cage. What is that? It is some kind of root. It seems to have a human shape. It reminds me of the Mondrak in that game I played. It was like the puzzle game. Was it Silent Hill or something? But yeah, it looks like a Mondrak root. Okay. Gosh, it's so freaking foggy. Can you see a thing? And it's green for whatever reason. Oh, what is that? There is something inside that cage. A shadow staring at me with dead eyes. I can see something in it. No, through it. As though I were staring into a dark void. Off in some remote distance, colorful shapes flow in flow in seemingly impossible patterns. Did I get hypnotized by some weird creature thing? It did say into the darkness you'll find like a path. Jeremiah David Edward Street 24, Westminster, London. Correct. I should cease stalling and set the plan in motion. But what then? Lead my old friend through this dangerous journey? Are we playing as that one guy? The shadow is gone. There's something on the cage floor. A rusty key. The key is open, the shadow is gone. Okay. Weird. Did the Montrock just move? Look up the Montrock moved. So what, I need to go through and find shadows to discover different things about, you know, what caused Devitt to be taken in the first place. Because they seem to have this strange fascination with Devitt. What are you? I'm back here. So much suffering, so many deaths, for what? What have we attained so far? The words of my father. So much has happened because of them. Alexander swears that this time we will succeed, that the Hoopoe will undo all of our mistakes, free us from that terrible, haunting gaze. But should we not accept the consequences of our actions? My faithful companion who kept many secrets with me over the long nights of research. A small bird that managed to lead the others through the treacherous fog, Raimundus chose an apt name for the compound. This letter. Videte nequisciat. It will be enough, I think. It's time to send it. I'm just not sure that it's the right thing to do. So yeah, I think that's Devitt's friend whose name is escaping me at the moment. I think it's like Hawthorne? Hawthorne. The shadow has vanished. I think it's Hawthorne. A slate disc. That's going to go on the record probably, so we can play it. Yep. When I put the disc on the gramophone, it starts spinning on its own. Wait, is that a melody coming from the house? Nani? Ugh, there's a dead cat on the floor. I think it's rotting. Her eyes are missing. Oh, there's something on the floor beside her mouth. Please don't eat me. Thank you. Sorry, Miss Kitty. Okay, so now I have a key. That's probably for the hatch. Is that Link's gonna attack me or something? That would be something. Well, can't see nothing. Oh, hello. You are of no worth to us anymore. There's barely any worth to begin with. Rude. Is this really the best option your supposedly brilliant mind can envision? A few meaningless words, a pathetic attempt of your guilt-shattered conscience to remedy the situation, and then you hope to wash the blood from your hands with a cheap exit. Look upon yourself, Anthony. See what we have become. Witness your only true legacy. Hey! Is that Mr. Beechworth? I see something through the shadows, slowly taking form. Anna, sweetheart, how did this happen? Too late. It's too late for us. But he still can choose. I have to warn him. So that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to warn Devin. Ooh. How the fudge? There's something on the ground near where the masked person was standing. It's a fragment of a broken mask. A piece of a Greek tragic mask. Okay. Alright, we're now at a coast. A large sea stack just off the beach. It seems to be a lonely demeanor. It seems to have a lonely demeanor. Got some trees, got a hole. These trees are the only reminder of life around here. It's as if they are guarding the statue. Shadows linger in Xylothal, like insects trapped in a cobweb. At its center, the spider lies in wait. Okay, so we can go in there. An ancient oak. Nothing crazy. Let's see what's about this. There was a hole in the ground. I've seen gardeners digging holes like these when they need to transplant trees. Maybe put the mandrak in there? Ah! It is well covered. I planted to root on the ground. Alright, so let's see what happens with that. Another shadow. The shadow of a child is sitting in the corner, shaking in fear. As if peering through a keyhole, I can see things moving in the darkness. I like the style, but those themes. Does Lena approve of this kind of art? You have not lost your child. You have not lost your old sense of humor, Alexander, even after what happened. Do you not recall that sight? I would erase the memory if I could. I find that painting makes it easier to bear. So, what brings you here anyway? It has been years since we have heard from you. About our old case had long been forgotten. Listen, Ashdown. What if I told you I have found a way of crossing safely? Crossing safely and then be able to come back not being some weird bird thing? The shape of an eye is painted on the blackboard. Light. Does there seem to be anything else? What is that noise? Did the thing grow? Not yet. I feel like it will. Tell me why they decide to mow right now. It is 1 o'clock. They had all day. All day. I was doing something all freaking day. And then right when I decided to start recording, they're like, now's the time to mow. It's like they know I record at this time. It's the piano. A grand piano. It is missing a key. It looks like a piano key. A grand piano is missing most of its keys. I'ma just leave here. Sorry about the mowing. I don't know why they... It's like they always mow when I decide to record. It's so annoying. Oh! Oh, that's creepy. What is this? Shapes are forming through the shadow. I cannot look away. I must see. His name is Professor Wright. Right, yes, I recently had occasion to meet a disciple of his. He referred to himself as a psychotherapist. I have the impression that Wright's methods are more closely resemble those of my trade than those of yours. He is eccentric indeed, but I think his thesis may be proven correct. If so, we might have found a way of reaching the threshold without attracting the attention of the custodian. A shortcut, you may say. A shortcut through the veil. The problem is in the method itself. It has some unusual requirements, and we would need a man of great sensitivity who knows the peril of reaching the door. So... planks have nailed, but to what purpose? There aren't enough planks to provide protection or keep the light out. A giant driving eye, yeah, it looks more like Saturn and the rings surrounding it. Oh, no. It looks like sheet music was left on the desk. There's something wrong with this sheet music. Well, yeah, it's backwards. It's like mirrored. Oh, there it is. As I suspected, it is the melody that I heard at Wright's mansion. What's that? It's coming from another place. Really? Huh. I guess so. Where is it coming from? Oh! Oh! A terrifying shape looms where the piano once stood. It's being pulled on threads like some monstrous puppet. The threads converge on a distant point. Something is taking form there in the darkness. Oh. Ugh. Creepy. We're back here. It's our old classroom, but that shadow. Who? This is not possible. The shapes beyond the light. My fingers. No, do not come any closer. My hand. My hand. Oh. I'm so confused. There's something on the ground near where the masked person was lying. It's a piece of a broken mask. That's two. More strange symbols. There are two curious symbols engraved on the stone. Ah! A tall figure stands in the woods. I might have taken it for a tree were it not breathing heavily. Inside, I see things near the threshold, getting closer and closer. After what happened to Father Glenn, I think they will shut down the school. Anthony, that thing we saw, I don't know what it was. But what about your father's diary? Myths, legends, superstitions with no basis in scientific observation. Anthony, talk to us. Alright. My father discovered several ancient myths pertaining to the veil. They come from a variety of cultures and hence take many different forms. But they all say something similar about what resides near the threshold. An ancient being that sleeps within the fog, protecting the door from intruders. A vengeful custodian. But no matter. At any rate, my serum was a failure. We got but a glimpse of what exists out there. Nothing conclusive. But what if the serum had worked? I don't know. As I said, I have no data. And those myths, what do they say? Those tales, they all say that if an intruder got too close and was discovered by what sleeps in the fog, then the custodian would be relentless. He would pursue the intruders and destroy them wherever they might hide. There would be few ways to protect themselves from its rage. So I'm guessing the custodian is this bird that we keep seeing. Oh. Is this David? A shadow strongly resembling my patient stands in the clearing. I can see through it. It's just like the other shadows. 4 men are making careful preparations. I know not for what. Crepe. This Captain Skid. Devitt are certain that he can guide us safely through the fog. His results are extraordinary, Anthony. It is the best chance we have of avoiding the gaze of the custodian. I forgot what it made Dupree sound like. Well, there can be no doubt that the captain survived an encounter before. He even kept a companion from harm. We'll finally see what lies hidden beyond the curtain. It is time. Wow. A huge statue, a mythical creature. It is a bird with the head of a wolf? Or is it a lion? Oh, all the stairs. This game is weird. I like it though. The summit rises above the fog, though all I see is fog and an endless ocean of clouds. Alright, let's head back down. Oh, wait, what? Go back. That. An enormous black feather. Despite its size, it is extraordinarily lightweight. Hey! What's that noise? Something's out there. It's getting closer. That's our cue. To leave. What did I say? Is he asleep? He is now. It has been so long I have had to lose hope. I had begun to lose hope that he would never awaken. Were you able to speak with him? Anthony, Devitt has forgotten everything. Everything. Good heavens. It may be for the best. Our research is likely to take some time. If he truly has amnesia, his condition will protect him until we are ready. But should we fail, remember what happened to Hugo. Ashdown entered the Vale in full knowledge of what might happen, and we will succeed where Wright failed. We will use the serum to induce primal terror in a controlled environment. In one stroke, we shall overcome all of our obstacles. But when the time comes, we must have a means of guiding our dear friend back to us. There, he will be safe. So much is happening. And now we're out of there. There's something on the ground near where the masked person was kneeling. It is a fragment of broken mask. Okay. That's literally it. Yeah. An eyeless mask. It is similar to the one that I found in Alexander's safe house in London. A man is standing next to the open curtain. Hello, Alexander. Welcome, Dr. Wakefield. Alexander Dupree? Yes, I've been waiting for you. We all have. How the heck did I get here? I was in that pit in Inemore, and suddenly I found David, but he disappeared. I journeyed through the fog and found myself here. But how is that possible? Alish Moore. I do not know that name. Many paths in our world leads to this place. Is that how you pronounce it? Huh, interesting. Many paths in our world lead to this place, Dr. Wakefield. And I know only a few. In Son of Xylathel's mirrors, you see the truth leaking into our world. And in others, you see yourself. I know you'll reach us at last. He was certain of it. He? The first founder of the order, the Artifacts. Do you not yet know his name? The founder of everything? I guess be Devitt. Because why else would we be tracking him down so relentlessly? Do you mean Mr. Devitt? Truth can be hard to accept. Yes, Jeremiah gathered us all under the same rule. Videte ne quis sciat. See that no one knows. We knew of the final truth which lay beyond the threshold. This is what the playwright was committed to finding. This was Jeremiah's obsession. The first language, which is said to grant the power of creation. After our experiment at school, we realized that the path of the ancient ones was watched by a fearsome guardian. We needed a way to circumvent the inexorable gaze of the bird. I found Captain Skid, who had met the bird and lived. We decided to use him in a test. It was a catastrophe. We eventually found the survivors, but their memories were incomplete. Jeremiah had fared the worst. He had been left devoid of any memories that were related to our efforts. We were desperate to find a solution. Hugo tried and failed, and then Anthony and I miraculously came across a formula that had lain forgotten for centuries. At last, it was time to bring Jeremiah back into our ranks. That was nearly a disaster as well. I did not anticipate Anthony's sudden madness, or the extent of Father Ernest's decline. Mercifully, Jeremiah's life was spared. But something else was wrong. When Jeremiah reached me, he did not remember everything. He had changed. He told me that he was going to put an end to all of us. He still means to acquire the first language, but he wants to use it to ruin our work. He has already crossed the threshold. Once he learns the final truth, none of this will ever have existed. The order, the door, or ourselves. You must stop him, Doctor. You must stop him before the curtain closes forever. What if I didn't go? What if I didn't do anything? The moment has passed. Now it is too late. We are doomed. I like being mischievous. I want to see what happens. Save Wakefield's life. Once more, I found myself enshrouded in dense fog. Gradually, the fog dissipated, revealing a busy street in London. The mask that I had worn lay on the ground, melting like wax over the wet cobblestones. Dizzy and exhausted, I wandered the streets until at last I returned home. It seemed very small, as it always does after a long journey. As I removed my coat, I found a feather in one of the pockets, the same one that I had discovered before being engulfed by the black mass of the Simurgh. With a jolt, I realized that it had not been a dream, and I was ashamed at how quickly I had deluded myself into thinking otherwise. I kindled a fire and placed the feather on the crackling flames. As it burned, I heard the distant calls of crows in the street. Despite the heat, I shivered. My patient and friend Jeremiah David has sacrificed himself. He had accepted the consequences of his friend's actions, and his own as well. He had crossed the threshold, leaving the veil through the red curtain of truth, and forever closed the last door that had led to those horrors. But had I not found the strength to follow him, I could not take his place. But I had not found the strength to follow him. I could not take his place. Okay. I doubt that I will ever learn the fates of those who remained there, those who are hopelessly trapped in Zalathal. My thoughts now turn increasingly to the last mission to which my friend Kaufman entrusted me. I must make sure that no one ever learns what we discovered. They're extras? Oh, the mask with no eyes. What is that? The inner circle is gathered once again. A whole cycle has passed. since the last playwright traveled to land of shadows and fog. Now the mask with no eyes has chosen a new bearer. The path between our worlds, or between worlds, will be visited once again, and the veil upon human eyes shall be lifted forever. The playwright meets now the custodian of the threshold. Nani? An ancient being guards the door of mist. May the playwright take its light and stand by its watch unnoticed. For wisps of fog shall reveal the truth. The burial embers brighten the dark sky. The fire of dawn scorches through the barren desert. The austral flame shines within the dark forest. The pyre of Zephyrius glows in the dark sea or ocean. The playwright will stand in the center. And the curtain will be drawn at last. And then its eyes were open. Whoa! Complete the mask with no eyes. What in the world?